Yeah, hi, hello. So, I received some transmissions, some prayers, some cry outs, and my first one, I'm going to touch on. I've already written some things down here so that I can reference it because it seems to go a lot smoother than trying to channel it during recording. I received a message from someone whose mind will not stop racing. They're in overwhelm. It's almost like this overwhelm feeling has become the security blanket. You'll know if this is you because you're somebody who is more likely to say, even if you want to go to a party, you're more likely to say, no, thank you. I feel like that would be overwhelming without actually trying it. And it's just as easy to go and leave if it is overwhelming. But how much is there overwhelm and how much are you overthinking? How much do people really not like you? And how much do you not give them a chance to? So diving into this, I want to just let you know you're not crazy. I feel like you might tell people all the time, like, I'm so crazy. Like, don't listen to me, I'm crazy. You're discounting yourself and you're discrediting yourself as being someone who very much knows who they are, what they want, what they'll stand for, and what they won't. And every time you've heard you're too much, you've taken that to mean all of those things. But it could just be this addiction to feigning like you're drowning. And I heard this before in one of my prayers is I was crying about, God, how can you leave me drowning in these deep waters? And he said one thing back. He said, drowning? You're an otter. You're made for the water. And it hit me as almost backhanded at the time. I remember feeling slighted, like I had been lied to. But in time I realized I float. Everything that was meant to break me, I floated above. So in this moment, when your mind is racing and you think everything bad is going to happen in a situation, did you ever stop and think that this feeling of anxiousness is actually excitement? You see, when we've gotten so used to being anxious or telling ourselves that we're anxious and we can't handle big situations or hard tasks, we stop realizing that challenge and excitement are normal parts of the human condition that are necessary for evolution. So if you feel like you're chasing yourself in a circle, I want you to stop, breathe, listen, and then act. You will hear a response. Even if this is your response, is this when you're meant to listen? Great. In fact, I feel like some of you need to be referred to my last video, You're Worth More Than Crumbs, because you're breadcrumbing yourself with this mental maze, this labyrinth of desire for more while keeping yourself boxed as unable to handle what you've asked for. So I'm hearing this person, these people really, because it's a collective. There's definitely one person who's like sent this out, but it resonates with a collective, and I know that. So it's like they kept saying, I do everything wrong. Everyone's out to get me. and just continue asking, why is my life so hard? And just like shed hair when it falls out, you let that shit go. We don't try to put it back in the hair, like in the head. And it's like, even if you were to lose your full head of hair, it's just a covering. So I challenge you to take that anxiety and overthinking, think of it as a little eyelash or a piece of hair, and simply blow it away. Let it go. My best advice for a person in this situation would be to sit down and meditate. Not to listen for outside sources, but to finally respond to yourself, because an overthinking mind is attempting to make contact. If every day your mind tries to make contact with you and you call it anxiety, instead of saying, I understand and I can meet you in the middle, right? Like, if we're always worried that we will be held back, we are holding ourselves back. So if anxiety says, I can't take the bus, even though I might meet people that I could, spend time with and hang out with, because I am nervous of strangers, right? Well, all friends before we know them are just strangers. So I would challenge you to treat anxiety as excitement and push yourself out of what you've been calling your comfort zone, which I'm pretty sure is your own mental prison at this point. So I just want to reiterate, your mind is tired of reaching out to you and being ignored, or being listened to and never being responded to. So these readings on here are not going to be like individual one-on-one readings where I can be really cautious and reflective of an individual. It's very much more like what you would get if you were hanging out with me and we were actually friends and I was giving you advice. So from here on out, because at least 5 of these people in this collective feel like they have no friends. From here on out, when you start feeling like you have no friends, come to my channel and I will be your friend. Comment, BFF, if you would like to be my friend. My spiritual family is big, and I've always got room for more. Also, don't worry about this. It's just a cat bit me. I did little circles around it. It's fine. I'm fine. But that might be a part of it, too, is like the cat bite showed. And he wasn't being aggressive. He just doesn't know his own strength. So while you're not attempting to be aggressive to your own mind or to your own life, holding yourself back is still abusive to yourself. So I need you to take a deep breath. Know that things don't have to slow down. You just have to be okay with going a little faster. Mwah. I love you guys. Subscribe, comment, whatever, if you want to. I really don't care, as I always say, but stay safe out there.